Hey guys, how's it going? It is me, Sam here. Welcome to episode number 10 of Adventure to Ascension. So, to start this episode off, I have decided to do some Slayer. Now, I know Slayer really isn't the greatest way to make money on RuneScape, but I was going to do it anyway just because I wanted to get some XP on my account. Currently, my clan is doing a Slayer competition, so I thought any drops I did get throughout this, I was just going to throw into the tab. And I'm sure it would add up to a nice couple of mil at the end of it. So that's what I did, and as you saw at the very start, I did actually manage to get a Visage from a Celestial Dragon, which was very, very nice. Got loads of effigies, ceramic scales, I got a whip, dark bow, and a whole load of other stuff as well, which was really, really nice. And then I also went to Armadale for one of my Slayer tasks too. I thought I'd actually go to that place because I haven't been there in a long time, and I actually got a Armadale buckler on my second kill. And then another 2 kills later, I actually managed to pick up an Armadale chestplate, which is really, really cool. That's worth about 9.1 mil when I got it, so that was really nice to see that on the floor. I was really sort of surprised that I'd already had two rare drops from Armadale, and I'd literally just started. So that was very, very nice, and it was definitely worth going to. And also, you might have noticed I'm playing in low detail as well. That's just because my computer just isn't that great anymore, and if I play in HD it just slows it down, so I just wanted to play in low detail until I get a new computer, so I have like maximum FPS when I'm recording and streaming and things like that. So now moving on to the tab, this is what it looks like after doing all of that Slayer. Now there is a Dragon Rider body in that tab as well. I did actually get one of them from the Celestial Dragon, but I actually forgot to record it. So that's the reason why there isn't a clip on that. But it is worth about 10 mil, which is really surprising. I was really happy to actually get that from the Celestials. Will help quite a lot with trying to buy some more keystones for the signets. Okay, so I just finished selling the whole tab because I knew now that I had enough to actually buy some more Quartus keys. So currently I am just now collecting the final loot, and this includes the best loot, so things like the Visage, got the Armadale chestplate there, and also the Dragon Rider body. Managed to get over 10 mil from the Dragon Rider body, so that was really, really nice. And in total, I have 36 mil, which is really nice. That will allow me to buy some more Quartus keystones, which is obviously the current boss I'm on. And hopefully this time when I kill it, I'll be able to get the signet quite early on, because I believe as of now I'm like over 150 dry, so that's quite a lot of keystones used. And if it continues, then I'll be spending quite a lot of money, and even so far I've spent a lot of money on this boss, more than what I need to. So hopefully with this 50 I'll be able to get it and be able to move on to the next boss. So the first drop I got here was a ceramic scale. Always nice to see some of them because it pays for the keystone. And then shortly afterwards I did actually manage to get the signet, which was really, really nice to see. Honestly, this time especially, seeing that big beam of light, I was really happy to finally have it and be able to move on to the next boss. So I believe this one took me in total 170 keystones, which is around 70 mil money spent on just this one boss. So it was definitely more than what I needed to spend. And at least I have it now, and I can hopefully move on to the next one and get that one early on. So now adding the signet into the bank, that is number 4, starting to look good again, especially with all them signets at the top, really liking that. And I've got a nice supply of Quintus and Sextus keystones as well, so when I next move on to them, which is going to be now, I can get straight into that and hopefully get that one early on and see where I go from there. So what I'm going to do is finish off the Quintus keystones, which I have, so that's 40 of them, and hopefully I will be able to get it within them, and I can then move on to the final boss, which will be Sextus. Okay then guys, so here I am outside of the Quintus boss. Now this one is definitely the hardest boss out of the 6, because the way this one works is, of course, it throws the bombs around the rooms, and it also spawns like lasers within the room when you hit certain HP intervals. And it makes it really, really difficult. So as you can see on the screen, there's like a purple laser. If you actually just run over that, you get hit for like 2k damage, which is quite a lot, especially if you got the bombs on you, and you can get KO'd relatively fast. So what you have to do is sort of have to run straight up to it and then just walk over it one square and you'll be fine. But once it spawns like 3 lasers, which is the most it can, it does get really quite difficult when you've got to try and multitask, like just dodging the bombs, like walking over the lasers, and also just dealing damage. But after a while you do get used to it, and the drops I managed to get from this one, or within the 40 keystones which I had, was just 2 Quartus keystones. So it's kind of weird that I got both Quartus keystones from it, since I just finished there, but I got 2 of them, and that was really it. So out of all of the keystones, unfortunately no signet, which is annoying for this one, especially just because the keystones are worth about 900k each. That does mean I need to actually find some more money and go from there, but luckily what I can do actually is sell some of the remaining items I have in my bank, such as the Quartus keystones, and hopefully that'll be enough for me to buy some more keystones. Right then guys, so here I am at the Grand Exchange. I just wanted to sell the loot in my tab so I could hopefully try and get some more keystones, but unfortunately though it all adds up to 33 mil when I need about 50 mil for the 50 keystones. So what I'm going to do instead is, seeing as I do have some Sextus keystones lying around, I might as well just use them up, because if I do get lucky, I can sell the remainder and that can help go towards the rest of the Quintus keystones, and it just makes it a little bit more efficient. So I'm going to head over to the Sextus boss now and see how that goes, and I'll keep you guys updated if I get any good drops. Oh wow guys, so only just after 2 kills I managed to pick up the signet, which was awesome. It's a really good idea that I decided to actually go kill this one before I finish off at Quintus, because I'm going to have a whole load of keystones lying around which I can actually go ahead and sell now to hopefully be enough to actually get the Quintus signet. But that is really cool. After just 2 keystones, that means it only cost me about 800k in total for this signet, which is really cool. And I was just really happy about that. RuneShark there in the private, I sent him a message because he told me to go ahead and kill it, and I just thought YOLO, so I went ahead and it paid off. Alright, so now that I have the signet for Sextus, I can get rid of the remaining keystones, which adds up to a total of 14.3 mil for just them, which is really great. That means I'll have enough now to actually get 50 Quintus keystones, which would be amazing now if I would be able to get it from that. That'd be really cool and would have definitely paid off, seeing as I went for Sextus before Quintus. So that's what I'm going to do now, is head over back to Quintus and, fingers crossed that I can get the signet. Alright then guys, so here I am back at the Quintus boss, and I only take 5 keystones with me just because, like I said earlier on in the video, this one's quite difficult to kill, so I do tend to eat quite a lot of food, and it just tends to work out 5 is a right amount of keystones to bring with me before I actually run out. So the drops I did actually manage to get from the Quintus boss were 2 Ceramic scales, so they were nice, even though when getting them here it's only like a third of the price of the keystone, but still it's better than the other random drops it has. But luckily, finally, after I think it was about 25 keystones, I did manage to pick up the signet, which is brilliant. Really happy to have that one. Definitely, one just being because it's like the most expensive, and 2, it's the final signet that I need. So I am now done here at the Ascension dungeon. I will not need to come back here unless I want to make another crossbow, I don't know, but at least I am done here now, and I'm very happy with the results, and I have like 25 more extra keystones to sell, even though at this point I don't actually need money anymore, because the final thing I need is a dragon limb drop, and then that is literally it. I will have the second crossbow and the series will be done. So with that being said, I'm now going to head over to Tormented Demons and hopefully pick up the dragon limbs and make the final crossbow. Okay, so now I am at Tormented Demons, and the first drop I got was a Ruined Dragon Armor Shard. I got this actually really early on, so it was a surprise straight away. I always actually seem to get a drop earlier on when I come here to Tormented Demons, but the next drop I got was an Elite Clue Scroll, something I hadn't actually seen in a while, so it's kind of nice to get one of them, and I'm going to definitely do that. And one more drop I did get from this trip was a Dragon Med Helm, which was actually quite surprising. I thought I'd just record that anyway, just because it's off the rare drop table, and it's actually classed as very rare, so it's quite nice to sort of get a very rare drop, but at the same time it's not really worth that much, so it was kind of a bit of a disappointment there. But for the Elite Clue Scroll, I actually managed to get an Ancient Page, which was actually pretty nice, so that adds up to a total of about 500k, so it was quite a nice clue. So returning back to Tormented Demons, I managed to get a Dragon Claws drop. This has the same drop rate as the Dragon Limbs, so it was a bit annoying to get. I suppose it's kind of like a troll drop here, because the Dragon Claws aren't worth as much as they used to, obviously, but they are worth about 2 mil, and I've heard they've been rising, so still at the same time it's a bit of a sort of a random drop, like you don't know really what to feel when you get it, but they look kind of cool. I put them on there, and it's nice to have them. And then a drop I got then after that was a Ancient Effigy. So this one again was another troll drop. I thought it was maybe the Dragon Limbs with the massive beam of light it has, but no, it was just an effigy, and I suppose that's kind of cool. And then another drop I got was an Elite Clue Scroll, which was getting towards the end of the trip, so I'm going to do that one now, and I'm going to show you the loot. So the loot I managed to get from this Elite Clue Scroll was definitely not as good as the first one. I only got 2 crystal keys, some prayer potions, and some Guthix arrows, all which added up to about 175k, so kind of like an average Elite Clue Scroll, I suppose, but nothing too interesting from that. Okay guys, so heading back to Tormented Demons, I finally got the Dragon Limbs. Really happy to get these, especially just seeing as it was literally the last drop I needed for the series. Once I had this, that was it. You know, I could make the crossbow, and I was just really happy to know that I've actually completed the goal now of getting the Ascension crossbows, and just seeing that beam of light and right clicking, seeing the Dragon's Limbs was just really nice. So super happy about that, and with the drop now being here, I can now go ahead and make the offhand Ascension crossbow. Okay then guys, so here I am back at the Ascension dungeon next to the guy that allows you to make the crossbow. So again, all I've got to do is cut a magic log into a magic stock, then I can use the dragon limbs on it, then use some crossbow strings onto that, and then finally just talk to the guy again and make a crossbow. Now what you have to do for this part is to make the sort of main hand crossbow, and then you've got to pay another 100 shards of the Ascension shards to switch it over to a offhand. So I was a bit like worried about that in case I made the wrong one or did something wrong, but luckily enough I didn't, and I now have both of the crossbows, which is awesome. Really happy about that. They look great as well, and then they probably don't look as good because I'm playing in low detail, but they still look nice, and I know their stats are really good as well, so it's good to have them, and I'm really proud of myself to actually get this far and complete the goal. So with the remaining items I had in my bank, I wasn't entirely sure what I should do with the money, but because I was streaming this at the time, people were just telling me to buy Serenic, and I thought that was a really good idea because I did actually want to get the level 90 armors, and it would be nice to get the Serenic armor as well, seeing as I just got the Ascension crossbows. So that's what I decided to do, is go ahead and bought the Serenic armor. It's really cheap actually. It cost me about 30 mil, which it might be quite a lot for some people, but seeing as it is like level 90 armor, and I've just completed like getting the crossbows, which are worth about 400 mil in total, this didn't seem too bad. So with the remaining money I had from all the drops I had, I went ahead and bought the Serenic, which was really nice, and I think it looks really nice as well. Goes well with the Ascension crossbows too, and I'm just overall really happy to have completed this series. And with the remaining shards I had, I was actually going to make them into bolts, but I realised to buy the bolts like just on their own it was cheaper, so I went ahead and sold all of the shards onto the Grand Exchange and just bought all of the bolts I could with it, and in total I was able to buy about 15k, which is really good. So really happy about that, and it's been awesome to finish off the series. It's been probably my favourite series to do for RuneScape over the other ones I've done, and it's been awesome to make videos on it, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed it as well. So if you have guys, make sure to thumbs up this video and to finish it off on a high note, and you know, all I can do now is prepare for the next series, which will most likely be the Seismic series, where I will be going for the Seismic Singularity and also the Seismic one. But thank you very much for watching guys, and especially to the people that have watched every episode. I really do hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time, peace out.